All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in for today's podcast of Wholesale Sharks. My name is Ramon Martinez, founder of the Wholesale Sharks. To my left, we have the amazing Annette Sages. Annette, say something for the people.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining the live. My name is Annette. I am Director of Relations, and today we're going to be interviewing Zak Ventures. Super excited.
Mr. Zak, first of all, thank you so much for stopping by. We know you're busy.
Thanks for having me.
It is truly an honor for you to finally join our podcast, which is being listened by the masses as we speak. Thanks again for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Always a pleasure. So we're gonna get started. For everybody that is listening at home, through YouTube, through iTunes, through Spotify, wherever it is that you're listening. If you find value in today's conversation, please share this with one of your friends. We try to do this so we can help people out that are trying to come up in the game. You know, it's definitely very interesting. You know, a couple of good relationships could go a long way. And, you know, the reason why it's an honor for us to have Zak on the show is because, I mean, Zak's been there since we started, you know, since we tried to get into wholesaling. And so for us to finally be able to have him here, definitely it is truly an honor, my friend. Thanks again for being here.
Thanks for having me. Great setup, beautiful office. I'm impressed.
So Zak, for the people out there that don't know who Zak Ventures is, I'd like you to do a quick introduction. Who is Zak Ventures for the people listening right now in their car?
Zak Ventures is the name of my company. My name is Zachary Kepes. I came out to Arizona in 2002. Almost 20 years ago. I've done thousands of deals. I currently hold over 200 homes in my portfolio. I love to fix and flip and buy and hold. I put my nose. I'm a Detroit boy, Midwest personality. Wake up every day like these boys, climb the mountain, wake up with zero in the account, have that mentality, you know, start every day fresh, is a clean slate, and roll up the sleeves, pull up the pants, and grind day in and day out, put in the work, and build the portfolio. That's the name of the game. That's what I do.
Absolutely. So to share with the audience, I think when did we do our first deal? Was it like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago? So it's been a couple of years. It was interesting because that was actually a referral for one of our friends, and we needed somebody to buy it, and you know, not mess around. You know, some people will grab a deal and then try to do something with it, but this was a special situation. Somebody mentioned your name. We already knew who you were. We were like, I wonder if he's available. I think it was like on a Sunday or something. It was
a weekend, and I met you out at the Cap property.
Yeah,
Remember
the Cap property, absolutely. And you drove out there on a weekend, which I was like, oh my God, this guy's taking time out of his day on a weekday to come and check out this property. So you were there within like an hour, I think, or something like that. You showed up. We started talking about the numbers. You said, get rid of the cats and I'll buy it. And so that was part of the clause. We signed an agreement on the spot. You bought the house from us. It was easy as hell. You closed like 2-3 days later.
That's how you do it.
So that was my first impression of Zak and how he works. And, you know, from there on, I think we've done some other stuff together already. We're currently working on a deal as well. So yeah, for people out there, Zak is the guy in town. Everybody knows who Zak is. And if you guys haven't met him or worked with him, this is definitely a person very credible. We've done a lot of business together, so definitely highly recommended.
And conversely, I appreciate that you always want to reciprocate and you know, authentically. These guys have been great as well. I don't dispo stuff. I don't have a list of buyers. I always focus on just acquiring deals myself. Sometimes they have unique buyers, so they're well connected, especially on the west side, with an amazing group of buyers. If you are in my position, you have an abundance of opportunities and you can't digest them all, give these guys an opportunity to dispo for you or go for retail. Annette and I are working on a retail deal for her clients. So always cast the widest net. Include these guys as part of your fishing operations. They bring a lot of unique abilities and talent and success to the table. So again, work with these guys as well in the dispo to maximize profits and expand relationships.
Much appreciated.
Really appreciate that.
Now you want to...
Yeah, so I have a few questions for you, and we'll just...
Annette wrote some questions down just for you. She's like, I
love
want to know these things about Zak.
Let's go.
So we'll just go and start tackling them. So we heard that you have been in real estate for quite some time. What got you started in real estate?
Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. Had that mindset growing up. My parents and grandparents all started their own businesses. I didn't know what vertical I wanted to get in. Started doing some research. I worked on Wall Street for a little bit. I worked for a B2B internet commerce startup. Exploring all other asset classes, and I realized I love the tangibility of real estate, the doors, the physicality of it, seeing it, feeling it, touching a stock. You can't go out there and, you know, control it as much as you would like. the same respect as real estate. Additionally, I always say this, when you look at the Forbes top 100 or 500 wealthiest people in the world, what is the number one commonality they all share in some capacity? In real estate. So if these guys are that successful, that's where I need to focus my energies. That's what's got me into real estate, that
That's
opportunity.
awesome.
And what do you think has allowed you to continue on for all this time? Because I know it's very easy for people to switch careers, switch path. You've actually stuck to it, and I think that's something that a lot of new people don't do, and that's why a lot of them fail when they might be so close to making it or getting to that next stage, they just give up or quit. Like what has been your driving factor? What is that why that keeps you going in such a intense manner, which everybody knows you're probably one of the hardest working people in town?
Yeah, great question. I think I say this time and time again, it is a marathon and not a sprint. A lot of people, they get out there and they have some quick success on a wholesale deal or a flip, and they made a buck, and then they get discouraged because it's 3 or 4 months and they're realizing, oh my God, I can't pay my bills. You got to stay the course. You got to continuously put one foot in front of another. I achieved it wasn't quick success. When I came out here, I didn't know anybody or anything. You get out in the field, again, you do the work, you stay consistent, you're persistent in those efforts, and good things will happen. You need to stay the course and don't be diverted.
So would you say the main reason why a lot of people don't make it is because they don't give themselves the time that they need to stick around? Because sometimes I think people have their own mindset of how much time they need to succeed, and if they don't succeed within that 3 months that they gave themselves, they give up.
Sure.
Like, do you think that's fair to say? Maybe that's one of the reasons why some people don't get to the where they need to be.
Partially, I think a lot of it too is sometimes people want to just dive in, and I don't like that mentality of just fully immersing yourself in the water. As you know, you get in that cold plunge, you dip a toe, you feel it out, you slowly get into that water. I'm of the mindset where people, if you have a 9-to-5 right now, leverage that 9-to-5 so you have cushioning so you can continue to stay the course, so it's not a feast or famine, it's not a zero-sum opportunity for you. Yeah. So again, leverage. I think we all have a greater capacity than we believe. We restrict our abilities. So if you're working the 9-to-5, you still have plenty of other time left in the day to focus on real estate. Focus that time on real estate so you get enough deal opportunities and deal inflow so that you can offset your 9-to-5 and then slowly transition full time. Two people want to delve in, they rely solely on just some deal and partially luck to stay the course, and that's not always going to work. So I like the hybrid opportunity of working the 9-to-5 along with the real estate, and then as you progress, then you move in full time into real estate.
I mean, I like that perspective because a lot of people think like, okay, well, I have to take the leap of faith, like just quit my job right on the spot and then just go for it. And then I feel like that's when they kind of get overwhelmed and then they lose.
Correct. They panic, and then they're operating on emotions and the fact that they need to live or they don't have enough cushioning. So if you have enough cushioning, or you came from 9-to-5, or you've got enough in the bank to subsidize a year of carrying costs, overhead, rents, food, etc. Okay, good. Spend your time in the real estate. If you don't have that, don't quit your 9-to-5. Don't be a fool. This is not an overnight success opportunity. You guys didn't start yesterday. You guys have achieved great success in a shorter period of time, which is great. But it doesn't happen like that for everyone. Some, different people, different timing. So stay the course.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the things that are very important that people don't mention about diving in or going all in or jumping all the way in is who pays the price, right? Because a lot of people have families, and all of a sudden they drag them along in this new thing that they feel like they should be doing, and then the family's the one that probably ends up paying, right? Like they sacrifice, all of a sudden they don't have enough money for activities, things become more stressful around the household, the kids, this and that, and I think a lot of times more than helping you by going all in, I think it might also cause that strain, which might affect relationships, right? I mean,
100%.
have you seen any of that?
I see a lot of people, I'm a huge advocate for what I call being bankable, right? A lot of people come in, they take that money, and then they may go out and spend it on fancy dinners or, the fancy cars. When you have that affluency and you have that ability to do it like Ramon and Rodrigo and everyone else does, great, then you do it. But don't take all you don't make $100,000 on a deal and go buy a Lambo. I'm a huge proponent, again, what I call being bankable, which is leveraging that 9-to-5 so that when you're in real estate and that's your part-time gig in conjunction with your 9-to-5, take that 9-to-5 income so you can qualify for assets. You're not paying hard money, so you can lower your cost of capital on deals to leverage that 9-to-5 into real estate and then go from there. Once you qualify for those, conventional loans, FHA loans, and you've leveraged your history, then you move into real estate. So it's a systematic approach. It's not, hey, let's dive in and hope for a quick success. It's not an overnight opportunity. Can be for some, but that's an anomaly. It truly is. So you can't just look at the superstars out there and think, hey, I'm going straight to the NBA because I practiced a couple free throws. It doesn't work like that. You got to put in the time. You got to follow the course. You got to stay stay the course. Yeah.
Awesome. So another quick question. Currently right now in the projects that you're currently working, that you have going on, what is some challenges that you're facing?
Yeah.
If
Great.
or if any.
Because a lot of people might think, oh, Zach, he did it. He doesn't face any challenges. He doesn't.
Yeah, he just
just
flipping
lives.
left and right.
He
Sure.
goes to the gym and hangs out, gets massages all day. Like he
I
probably
wish
doesn't have any challenges.
Instagram is all lies, as we know. There's challenges with everybody. Everyone's
the
got
one you
their own
told me today,
challenges.
right?
Oh, there's challenges with everything. So number one, you got material challenges with COVID. There's still, for you guys watch the news at all, you see there's a backup on getting appliances, on getting cabinets. You know, there's it affects the operational flow of materials. So you need to pivot and adapt. You always need what I call contingency planning. Okay, if I can't get my custom cabinets here, then where can I find a cabinet maker? Even labor shortages, so much demand for construction and labor. There's a shortage. I have vacant homes right now. That increases my cost of capital. I'm sitting there sedentary. Projects that are vacant, you know, that's affecting things. In addition, you got governments that are super slow with permits. You go and apply for a permit and you do the right thing.
Delayed.
It's a huge delay and it's frustrating. You want to come in there and you need, I mean, I say this, and you're going to hear it first on this. Ramon for governor. I'd like to get the guy into, governmental position so we can lobby and get, things moving faster at the city of Phoenix or in Scottsdale, wherever you're moving, PV, wherever it may be. But you need to have connections. It's all about those relationships locally to streamline things. And that's really how it works. You look at a lot of the big developers, the multifamily people, they have people on their staffs that they pay or they outsource to literally advocate go into the city to streamline permits. People don't realize it, but it's true. How do you think these guys get permits in 2 weeks on these massive projects? We're sitting here on a single family waiting 3 months for a septic abandonment. It's insane, but that's a challenge that I as an individual face in today's climate. And so you got to deal with it.
I think that's really important because on social media, real estate and flipping especially is so glamorized, like, oh, it's the easiest way to get money, it's the fastest way to start something up, when really there's so many challenges behind it. It's not as easy as it seems.
No, it's not. But it's not also super difficult if you have a good mentor or you have good protocols and you're around the right people. They're going to eliminate some of those hardships or help streamline them for you. You can't eliminate everything, of course, but they will help assist you in getting over those obstacles as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
To stay on the right path.
Exactly.
You mentioned having the right mentor. I know you have one of the best mentoring programs in town. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, you have tons of students. I mean, we see it very successful.
I had I did a 1-year mentorship that finished up just a few months ago. I'm actually going to start. You'll be the first ones in here to hear this. I'm starting round 2. Flip Mastery is coming your way in the next couple months. We've been working on that behind the scenes. I've been quiet about that, but to give you guys the opportunity, your followers. So I'm not looking for thousands of students. I believe in the intimacy of an environment. I really like the consultative approach. Each person is different. Each person is unique in terms of what they want to achieve. It's not a one-size-fit-all. Like you say, you don't just walk in and say, I'm going to flip houses. I want to leverage what you're passionate about in real estate to create a unique identity for what you're trying to achieve out there. I'm a huge advocate for having fun. So many people just come out there and think it's okay, I'm going to go make some money and everything's going to be great. You got to relax and have fun. We joke, I'm on FaceTime with these guys, Ramon, Robigo, yourself. Are we not joking and having fun? Yes, it's a serious business, but there's a huge proponent about relaxing and having good fun. And then when it's time to close and sign the documents, you get the business done. So there's a time and a place for everything. But I believe in terms of my coaching program and what I'm bringing to the table, for my legacy in the future. Nobody cares how many houses I own or how much money I make or my tax returns. They care how can I have an impact, and I care how can I have an impact on people's lives and changing the trajectory of their families by instilling proper information, leveraging the trials and tribulations and the years and thousands of homes that I flipped experience and bringing it down to the table in a fundamental way for people to streamline their business. That's what I do.
Oh, absolutely. Pretty excited about that one, and I know the first one was a huge success. So, so is the second one that's coming up, is it a long-term, again?
It's going to be a 6-month.
6 month?
With Zoom calls. It's a full online program, and then we interface with the community. I'm integrating my last students with the new students in this group, which will be great. So you got a lot more additional mentors. They've gone through a lot of training to get where they've got. That's my goal, is to make you autonomous, right? It's like the whole fishing analogy.
Community.
The community, the collaboration, community managers, It's nationwide. And then what's cool is, I mean, you get opportunities with guys like Ramon, Rodrigo, all the other wholesalers in town to leverage those relationships, and my students get the first look at deals. So it's not like, hey, how can I make more money and referrals? I don't do anything. If I refer somebody somewhere, there's never any kickbacks in my program. A lot of people are saying, hey, use this dialer, use this, use this affiliate. I've never even paid an affiliate for anything. If I'm going to refer something, it's out of authenticity and to ensure that they're getting the best possible deal. I hate that. I like a transparent, good, clean environment to maximize the opportunity for success for everyone involved. That's the deal.
Amazing.
That's awesome. I can definitely attest to that. There's so many things out there that there's always something hidden or behind the scenes, incentive that you know, and yours is definitely transparent, and you're definitely out there trying to help people out as we know. So that's definitely admirable.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So, question. What would be the best advice you would give to someone if they're barely starting out wholesaling? I mean, of course you are suggesting this class, which for all the people that are watching, definitely write that down and reach out to Zach. But for anybody on the live that's maybe just watching for the first time, hasn't even heard about wholesaling, what would you, what advice would you give?
I know we have a lot of people that we know, even some of our recent students that are into wholesaling because they want to get the deals directly before all the fees are added and all that.
Totally.
But their ultimate goal is to fix and flip. Fix and flip, maybe buy and holds. But they might want to give them a little bit deeper so that way they have some sort of equity going in.
I think it's super important to understand the different means in real estate. You got wholesaling, you got buy and hold, you got fix and flip. They're all, of course, interrelated. What I want to do is see people like you guys retain, and you guys have started to pivot in your own business model by you guys were wholesalers, and you said, whoa, we're leaving so much money on the table. We're wholesaling these deals. We're letting somebody like Zach or another, somebody else to digest, investor to digest those deals. When you think about an orange, right, you're going to take a slice, you're going to leave 3/4 or 80% of that orange for everyone else. Why not maximize? It's hard enough to get deals in today's market, and obviously with your marketing and your programs and your success, you can get the deals. You got first look, you got direct marketing, clicks, whatever you guys do. Why leave so much money on the table? Maximize the pulp of that orange. That's what I want students to do. So you're not leaving so much money on the table so you can digest and eat it for the next week or years to come, to stabilize that orange for the longevity of it. That's my mentality. If somebody doesn't want to do the fix and flip and they want to, and they don't want to hold, then obviously wholesale is a way where you don't have any money exposed. You're just flipping the contracts, and there's a lot of money being made there. But I'm of the mentality, and I tell everyone when they call me, let's evaluate this consultatively. Why do you want to flip? Why don't you just carpet and paint it? Why don't you just take it through remodel, especially if it's not a complex deal? I understand if the deal is a burn down or whatnot and you can't do it, or you don't have the capital, fine, then wholesale could be a good route, and I employ that in my artillery of operations. Sometimes if the deal doesn't fit my needs and you can still make money, I want you to be consultative about every deal to maximize every opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we've definitely seen that as well with you. I mean, you're always, recommending and suggesting and giving advice even to us. I know we've sent some properties your way too, and you always tell us, hey, honestly, you could probably make a little bit more money if you do this. Whereas anybody else would say, oh, here, give it to me, I'll try to do this. But you really try to see, if we're able to do what you're suggesting, and if not, I mean, you're always open to, going the other route and saying, okay, well, I'll work it if you don't want to do it yourself. So you're definitely that transparent, which I don't really see a lot of people out there.
People are just quick. But so reverting back to your question, I'd say this. The deals, you get the contract, right? You're a wholesaler, you're getting in. Yeah. Slow down and breathe and communicate to the Ramones, Rodrigos, the Annettes, myself. Go out and talk to people and ask them, hey, how do you see this? What's your perspective? It's like going out, if you have an illness and you go into one doctor and they say, here's what I think you got. You can go to 6 other doctors and kind of collaborate and communicate and say, what is your assessment? Before you're so quick to jump in and get emergency surgery, unless it's not an emergency, it's a wholesale deal is not necessarily an emergency, of course. Take a deep breath, explore the opportunities, and then choose the best route that's best for you after doing some analysis. So many people are quick to, I got this deal, I need an answer in 2 minutes. That's fine. I like quick communication. I'm happy to give a quick answer. But digest it. Take your time and enjoy the opportunity to really understand it to maximize it.
Well, again, people, like you said, they get so excited. If it's their first deal, they want to move on it, they want to close on it, and they want to get the most money.
Of course.
So, but that is a good point. That's awesome. Thank you. So curious, where do you see yourself in a year?
In 1 year?
Do you have any big plans, personal, professionally?
Is there something that's been on your bag? Maybe something that you have in the back of your mind?
That's great.
We got 2 months left of 2021. Anything big going on in 2022?
Staying the course. I'm blessed that I enjoy what I do every single day. I think I mentioned briefly even before this. I wake up in my mind that, I'm dead broke. You go out and, I'm not eating today unless I'm working and grinding in. So if you have that mindset of, starting from zero and dead broke every day, you're going to go out there and go hunting for what you need to eat. And I love that attitude. I'm not a complacent individual. I'm also not a greedy individual. I want to continue to grow mentally, financially, physically, spiritually. I have a goal of, getting married, having kids one day. That's one thing that's lacking. I put my full energies and efforts into my business. So manifesting, projecting, finding the right woman for me in the future, absolutely. I want to manifest and project that. She's out there, hit me up.
Maybe she's watching.
Maybe she's watching. DM me. Hey, how you doing? Because I'd like to have kids and an offspring and all that stuff. So I need to focus on that. But I've been focusing so much on my business and the growth of that. You need to have balance in life. And so I'm far from perfect. No one's perfect in this world. But you got to make the time to do that and enjoy and live every day and have fun. And I'm blessed that this business is so much fun. There's just an abundance of opportunity. People say this, I'm sure they ask you all the time, why do you teach this? Why do you promote this business? You can have more competition. Do you not think that there's so many homes and so much opportunity for everybody to be successful? That's the beauty of this business. Yeah. There's so much food out there that everybody can eat.
100%.
I like that. And I mean, to piggyback off of that, like how important do you think it is for somebody to do something that they like? Because there's so many people out there that don't do what they like. Like how important it is for somebody to actually do what they like. Do you think that, what are your thoughts on that?
1,000%. I don't do anything that I don't want to do ever.
Life by design.
Yeah, life by design. It's like you see me working out, but even when I'm working out, I'm the annoying guy on the phone calling, doing deals. We're in the gym. I'm FaceTiming. People are like, sir, this is the gym. I'm like, relax, take a deep breath. Sorry for my voice in the gym. This isn't the library. Like, take a deep breath. I'll respect that, but fine, I'll step outside. So life by design, but even behind what you see, there's always the grind, but it's enjoyable. And the beauty is, do business with who you want to do business with. There's a lot of people that are difficult or they're BSers or whatever. You stay away from those people. It's fine. Hey, there's a lot of ocean out there. There's a lot of room for a lot of boats. I'll move my boat in this direction. I want my boats to be aligned with the right, other captains and have some fun out there.
I love it. And I think that's very important, and I started to realize the moment that I started to enjoy what I was doing, the moment I was, drifting away from some of the bad influences, some of the bad vibes, the moment that everything started getting more focused and it started going faster. I think like bad energies are things that weigh you down, and if you're rowing a boat and you're attached to all these bad energies, bad vibes, all these things, it's going to slow down your boat. And the moment we get rid of all these things and you lean it up, I think your boat starts going faster. And that's why some people ask me, how did you do it so fast? I'm like, first of all, I've been in sales for all my life, 15, 20 years.
I saw that post. You're like, hey, I landed Starbucks. Look where I was here. I landed a big bank.
Secret.
Exactly, Victoria's Secret. Well, that's because you were dating all those Victoria's Secret models. Let's be honest, and that's fine.
Getting in the door. But no, it's not like you said. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Correct.
And my marathon started 15, 20 years ago in the banks. Being a teller, being a banker. Then I started working for England. But like you said, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. But you do have to get away from the negativity, right? Because there's we're so easily influenced. Like when you wake up in the morning, first of all, you're a blank slate because nothing has affected you, right? So how important do you think it is to stay away from the wrong videos, the wrong music, the wrong crowds? Like, do you, in terms of your life by design, do you think that's important?
Of course it's important, absolutely. I think, let me back up too and just give you a quick praise. It's not coincidental that, for example, you got asked to speak at some big, Latino event this week, and it's not coincidental you got where you guys got as a team, as a company. It's not luck. You guys have been grinding and putting in the work. People don't see long hours, and Lamborghini didn't just show up overnight at your doorstep. You worked and earned that by doing good, positive business, operating transparency, ethical operations. Those are key. There's no quick thing. It's not like, hey, we're dealing drugs under the table and this is a farce. Like, this is a real deal and with real people and really operating with the win-win mentality and situation. So congrats on that. It's not coincidental. It's from the grind.
It means a lot. People think the lab would just arrive when I did my first deal.
Right.
Like, dude, we've been doing this for almost 3 years now. It's not like I just started.
And that's still fast for a lot of people, by the way, So
I get that
right. And you've done a lot of deals, and that's important. It's not an overnight success. But yes, I like to say, hey, I put my blinders on. I don't worry about anyone else. In fact, I wish abundance for everyone. When people say, what do you think about Ramon's Lambo? Is that stupid? Hey, I don't really care. I only wish him happy. I asked you today, do you love this car? Are you happy? Do you love this? You're like, I fucking love, I wake up in the morning, I look at this car. God bless America. If you can afford it and you love it, then I'm happy for it. It doesn't affect me. I wait, like you say, it only affects you if you're carrying the baggage in your mindset when you wake up in the morning from yesterday. Not me. My focus is, wake up, stay healthy. Your health is your wealth. I don't care how many deals you do or what you got. You give it all up if your health was inferior. I see all you guys having good influence, doing your mountain hikes and cold plunges. I carry that same mentality. I start the trend and the energy for my day by starting in the morning with good walk, a little meditation, gym, cold plunge, all that same stuff. And that works for us. And we're carrying that energy through the day. The people we touch, you don't even realize the intangibles of that when you're, interfacing with people. It's your energy, and it's very contagious. Interfacing with the sellers, interfacing with your contractors, all that stuff. There's so many different variables that come into play. So I think that that's huge. And I don't waste my time on all these videos or research and stuff. I just put my time into my business, underwriting deals, building good key relationships, and operating at the highest level that you can. Putting in the work.
And I think that's important. You touched on a good point there. Not asking about, the pros or the positive, asking more about if it made you happy. And I think that's something that I take into account with everything that I do. Does it make me happy? Does it get me excited in the morning? Am I looking forward to my day? And if it doesn't fit that box of what I need for the day, then I don't even do it. Just like you said, am I hanging out with the right people? In terms of the car, I mean, it's something that I've always wanted since I was little. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And the moment I started in real estate, I said, one day, I'm gonna get the car. I'm gonna get the car. Yep. It's gonna be yellow, bright yellow. I want it bright yellow. It's gonna be this. But first, I'm gonna get the house. And I was already planning it. I could see the house, everything down to the last detail. But I think that's something very important. Whatever you do, whatever you get, make sure that it's making you happy.
Totally.
And then, it'll pay for itself. I mean, sooner or later. Definitely don't do what some people think I did, which is just grab your first check and go buy a Lamborghini. Right. We've been at this for a minute. We do over 100 deals every year. I mean, it might be a little bit less than what a lot of the big players do, but for us, I mean, we were able to build this process, this company that allows us to get a couple of good things, and we definitely wish everybody the best on that.
Same. It's like I'm wishing abundance. Yeah, like you got that car and you're happy. I'm happy for you. I want everyone. If it's a Lambo, if it's a wife, it's kids, dogs, of the mansions, private jets. I wish abundance on everyone. I'm not moved by material things. That doesn't really excite me. I appreciate them. I like them, but that's not my goal. My goal is more impact on the level in terms of education, more charitable stuff. That to me is the gratifying thing. Again, I love all that, and I wish abundance for everyone. It's a different mindset. It's funny how I've transitioned though with success. As you're younger, like, that fucking guy got that guy. I don't like him. It doesn't matter. It's a waste of energy too to say the hate or animosity or jealousy. That doesn't do anybody good. It's stupid. They deserve it. If that's what they want, that's their life. Stay in your lane.
As long as it makes them happy. Some people ask me about my kids. Like what do you think? What do you want your kids to be? Do you want them to be in the business? What do you want them to do? I'm like, honestly, I just want them to be happy.
Exactly.
It's just so hard for people to find happiness, like true happiness.
Yep.
Every time when I get to my house, and I'm walking in, I still can't believe that I live there. First of all, second of all, I look at my gorgeous wife, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, I have that. Like, how? They have my amazing kids. They're all doing great.
Yeah. And
then I sit down on the couch and I look at my wife. I'm like, dude, isn't it crazy how we're like fucking happy? Like we don't have it. We don't. I mean, we have our discussions sometimes because I seem to work a little bit harder than than maybe I should sometimes. But that's how we are when we're passionate about what we do. When you get up and you're building business.
It's not really work if you're present and you're enjoying. If you're out there in the office having fun, making your videos, what other people perceive as work is you would just say, I'm just enjoying. I'm living my life. And if you can check in at any moment in any of the day and say, hey, am I currently happy? Am I present? Are things good? Somebody brought that up at the hike the other day. They're like, if you could be present and happy in any moment, things are good. Sometimes you got to just step back. You're a meditation, you're a concert goer and the music, and you say, hey, what's my happiest moment? Or you posted something like that I saw before. You're like, this is my happiest times. Like, let's manifest that. Why can't we do that day in and day out, even when I'm in the car? It's not even about the money and it's about the deals. It's the art of the deals. It's not like, hey, I just made 50 grand on a deal or 2 grand. It's the art of putting that deal together that is gratifying.
Well, something that I personally live by, and I think of on the daily is to be here now, to be present, right? And I feel like especially in the industry that we're in, it's so easy to get kind of like that commission breath or just get so caught up in that next deal that you're not kind of being appreciative of where we are now.
Absolutely.
You know, what you have and what you worked for is something that you were praying for maybe 2 months ago. You're living it. So I think that's important for people to kind of remember.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. You have to
1000%.
remind yourself, all right? Because I know when Rodrigo and I, before we started in real estate, when we first started, I could see myself drive. When we got our first flip, I could see myself just driving from one flip to another and going to all the properties and being busy driving around looking at things. And in my mind, that was my happy place for the future when we first started. I was trying to see myself. And all of a sudden, we started to do it. You know, in December, we bought like 12, 13 houses for the first time, which was crazy, but it felt amazing driving around and all those things. I got the feel for that. But, you know, even when things are tough, you know, it's what they say, like, one bad day doing what you love, it still beats one good day doing what you hate, right?
Oh, yeah.
So for me, I mean, for anybody out there, make sure that whatever it is that you're pursuing, it makes you happy. Because it's not worth it for you getting what you want and being miserable, right? And like you said, money, it's a byproduct of you doing
Money
what you love.
comes and goes, too. I mean, it does. But you also, sorry to interrupt, go ahead.
No, good.
I was going to say it's important, too, I mean, to be present in that, but also to be grateful and show gratitude. So for me, to get where I got, it's not just the Zach show. I'm appreciative, and all my guys know. You know, glory to them, to the contractors, to the bankers, to everyone else that believed in you. It's not a one-man show, even though I'm a solopreneur, if you will. I'm a team player, and I'm grateful, and I say it, you know, manifested in the air. It's the whole team that gets us where we got, and I'm grateful for all those guys. I'm not great at construction. I'm not, you know, I didn't have millions of dollars to start this business. So the people that you believed in, never forget them and keep them, like you say, you're the people's Lambo. I like to, you know, the people's. I'm grateful for the team. They got me to where I got. I continue to work with them and elevate them to the best of my ability, just like you do with the people around you.
Absolutely. And I think that's that mindset that people see and they know that you truly believe in that makes people gravitate towards you.
It's
like,
contagious.
I'm sure some people might be wondering, why do so many people work with him? Why so many people keep bringing him to, like, how does he do it? Well, he's genuinely this guy. Like, he's always trying to find a way to help people out. Hey, yeah, sure, you know, so we're negotiating on a deal. We're trying to help you work on and this and that. And I said, listen, man, we're about like a couple of grand off to make this thing happen. Like, what do you think? You're like, dude, for you, let's do it. Like,
and I mean that. It's not about if you want to be that guy who's greedy to squeeze every last penny out of it, this could be your last deal. You have to think, again, that marathon mentality. It's a relationship business. This is not going to be the last deal that we did. You leave a couple grand on the table, all that does is enable them to say, hey, I really want to work with you again.
Awesome.
And guess we'll make it up on the next deal. Or we don't make it up. Or most importantly, and I said, hey, let's go to Mastro's and celebrate dinner on a deal. That's what I love. You always want to take time to settle it down. You get a deal done. Celebrate that success. Take some time for yourself, whatever that means to you, to enjoy, you know, the gift of success.
And I think that's something very important. And, you know, there's always people trying to get access to you, to your life, but they don't do it the right way, right? I'm sure you get bombarded all day with people trying to get into Zach's world. But, I mean, I think we keep mentioning it. You know, I think the best way to get in is, you know, because you have plenty of people that you know, but you want the quality people, right? The people that you're actually being able to eat with, literally, figuratively, and financially.
Bingo.
I think those are the best relationships, right? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because I know there's a lot of people trying to take, but there's not that many people trying to give and
if you can lead with value and you lead, each person brings unique value to the table. I don't care if you've never done a real estate deal in your life, you know nothing about real estate, you still bring unique personality, you could video, art, perception, you could create value, you could drive them around. Don't just ask somebody, I get this all the time, and Zach, when can I drive around with you and learn the business? You know, it's like showing up to the hospital, seeing the brain surgeon, say, hey, doc, I'm going to come in today and mentor and watch the brain surgery. Where do I, you know, scrub up and settle down? Have we met before? I don't recall meeting you, but okay. Yeah.
Can I go in while you do surgery?
Are you a med student? Who are you? Let's slow it down. Versus, hey, you know, I'm wishing to become a med student. I want to get in. When would be, you know, how can I take you to lunch? Can I, you know, what can I do to serve you before you serve me? So if you think of that servitude mentality, then you have a much greater chance of potentially doing that. It's not saying it's going to happen, but lead with some sort of value. You know, I have a lady who's helped with a couple designs lately, Chandra, and her husband says, Zach, you know, thanks for this opportunity for letting us see in these houses. Can I design a custom fitness program? The guys from the fitness industry. That's how you lead with value versus, hey, how can I become a leech mentality and just suck up and provide nothing? So in your mindset, when you're going out to a larger player or someone who you want to mentor, whatever industry, how can you bring unique value to the table to help serve them to create a win-win relationship?
And I think that's really important. And that kind of goes and dives into my next question with on the topic of relationships and everything that we've done, Dispo Sharks and the deal that you guys moved yesterday. How do you feel about it? What are your thoughts on us dispoing that deal that you presented yesterday?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, I want to focus my time on acquisitions. You know,
Yeah.
money's made on the acquisition side for me.
Yeah.
Whether I'm going to rehab it and rent
locking
it,
it up,
locking
dragging
it
it
up, getting it, closing on it.
On the
That's what I'm
kill,
always
on
going to
the
do.
hunt. You go and hunt, you
I'm the
drag that
hunter.
kill, you
Yep.
secure it in
I'm
your
going to bring it
tree.
to you guys are the butcher. I want
The
you to
butcher.
chop
Butcher.
it up. You're the butcher. I mean, right? This is real-time stuff. So I want to go out and forge more relationships to acquire more so I can bring more to the butcher so you guys can cut it up so everybody can eat. And I know that, you know, what's the value I bring? You know, I can consultatively break down any deal and figure out what's best for me at that time period. And if there's enough meat on the bone there for everyone, then let's rock and roll. So I feel great about it. I wouldn't have done it if I didn't feel that was the right opportunity, and I specifically brought it to you because that asset class, again, you want to bring it to the dispo, to the butcher that knows the type of meat, and they're an expert in that. You guys, in my opinion, are the expert with the Latino population, with the West Side stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. In moving those deals.
It was Latinos that picked it up.
There you go.
And-
So, but again, you want to know the marketing and the niche, whatever it is. I mean, you want to work with those individuals, and that's what you guys bring, unique value and speed and getting it done. And so I feel great about it, obviously.
Awesome.
That's why we're here.
Thanks.
And that's a good point. I mean, you mentioning, you know, lead with value, because I mean, everybody could say that, hey, why can't you take me for a ride along? Like, man, are you my son?
Right.
Like, do you want to go with me to the ride along?
Right.
And there's so many people with the same pitch. It's just like sales and trying to lock up a house. Like you're the same pitch is not going to lock up a
Differentiate yourself.
house. Differentiate yourself.
Be unique and authentic to yourself. Period. The end. If you're unique and you're respectful of who you are and authentic to who you are, you know, you'll be successful.
Gain access to value. Like, talking about value. A guy started messaging me, hey man, I have a gift for you. Hey man, I have a gift for you. And he wouldn't like let me go. Hey, when can I stop by your office? I have something for you. I don't want anything. You know, no, I have something, man. It's really important. Can you mail it? No, I have to drop it off. I have a gift. I'm like, okay. I started seeing his profile. Okay, it looks like he's a real human. And then after about 5 or 10 tries, you know, we're going to be in the office around 2. Stop by, man. It's all good. We'll be there, man. Come on. But he kept on trying, never gave up. He wasn't asking me for anything. He wasn't saying, hey, we got to go to the office so you can tell me about everything you do.
Yeah.
He said, I have something. Come on, it's very important.
I'm intrigued. What's
Before
the
your
gift?
event, before your event, he shows up and he drops off these hats,
Wow.
which we didn't even request.
Wow. You mean he just got you a bunch of wholesale shark
He
hats?
got the hats.
Wow.
And, well, it wasn't these hats. It was We Buy Houses hats.
Got it.
And it was the original hats that we had. And he brought, I think, about half a dozen for the team. And look,
So
I have
nice.
these hats. Here you go, man. I'm like, dude, this is freaking amazing. I was like, my jaw was like somebody doing something, not expecting anything bad.
But did he want anything in
He
return?
wanted. He's like, here's these hats. We do printing, by the way. That's what we say. We do printing.
Perfect.
Here's these hats if you ever need it. I saw them. I fell in love with the hats. Next thing you know, we've ordered over 10,000, almost close to 10,000 in merchandise from that guy.
I love it.
From that point on,
Super smart.
he
yeah.
showed up with those hats. I just ordered some more. But did he show up saying, hey, when can I go pick your brain?
Right. When can
When
I ride in your Lambo?
When can we go? No,
Smoke.
shut up. Here's this, man. If you want it, great. If not, I love what you guys do.
Love it.
Blah, blah, blah. You know, so I think leading with value is huge. And if they don't answer, if Zach's busy, eventually just stick around, keep trying.
Totally.
He invites everyone to his hikes.
Yep.
It's not like it's limited to a certain group of people.
Come on out. Everybody's
He
welcome.
puts
Yeah.
the message, we're going on a hike, whoever wants to join me.
Right.
Like, he makes himself very, very available. I mean, I know we're running a little bit over time. It's Zach. I mean, come on.
I
It
enjoy
has to-
this.
it has to
We
happen.
got good collaboration.
Oh my
it's
God.
fun.
And then we got him drunk already, so maybe that got him talking a little bit.
Hola.
So that wraps up my question, Zach, but I just want to thank you for taking your time to
Absolutely.
come here because I know when you first got here, you mentioned that you are going to be running all around town.
Yeah, like
to
4
check out
more
your
projects
clips.
you have to go check on.
But it means a lot for you to stop by the Dispo Shark studio and just take the time to talk to us. So.
It means the world. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing. We say authentically. The energy is mutually shared and received. No, it's good. And we're having. Are we not smiling? Like legitimate. She's smiling. We're having a good time.
It's amazing to speak with people that speak your language.
Right.
That are on the same trajectory, trying to go and push things forward in the same way, with love in their hearts, with nothing but positivity. Sometimes we get caught up in negativity.
Yeah. Look. What you said it before, there's no angle, right? When you call Zach, I'd love to get on this podcast, whatever. If something's important to you, you prioritize it. Like I said before, we have an opportunity. We all have a greater capacity. I don't care how busy I am today. If something's important, I respect and I love our friendship and our business relationship. It's great. We've grown into an amazing friendship. You make the time. You got a spot today. I want to be there. I want to fulfill my obligation as a friend. It's mutually beneficial, and I want to be there. I can always be a little late to pay the guys. They're going to get paid today. You make the time to make things happen, period, the end. It's all about, this business is not about real estate. It's not about anything. It's about relationships. And so that's basically the culmination of today. It's about great relationships.
To wrap it up, how much money have you taken from me in poker, by the way?
I don't think I've lost actually. So the last couple times I'm in the hole. I don't know. I love the poker, but maybe we should just keep it more on the $100 buy-in instead of the couple thousand.
God, right? How much was it? I was like 3,000 to 5,000 buy-in or something like that.
My buddy Ron shows up last time, one and done, made 6,000-7,000. Jesse's making all this money. He's like, hey, when's poker again? So we can buy some more fancy Gucci purses? Come on, bro. Like, hey, let's just keep it a lower level. I'm a simple guy, but whatever it is.
We should bring it down to maybe like under 1,000.
There you go. I'm liking this better.
We kept increasing and
I'm not a good poker player. I don't, no one's great at everything.
I consider myself a good poker player, but I'm like one of those poker players that doesn't care, and I love to have fun. So I'll go all in and put it in there and enjoy.
But those are great experiences, and that's fun. So it's worth taking a loss for the camaraderie and for your friends at the table.
Absolutely, man. And we're working on the next one, so hopefully we get that on the books.
We'll get it on the books.
But
Mastro's in the works in the next couple of weeks. Let's get these deals done. Regardless, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for having me. Great hospitality. If you guys haven't been to the Wholesale Sharks office, I don't know how you guys open up, but man, the hospitality here. You got fine tequilas, healthy drinks, coffees. This is an amazing. It's a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. What do you want? Tequila, healthy shots.
Yeah, haircuts. This is amazing. Yeah, printed hats. I mean, this is amazing.
We have the lady that comes in here.
Seriously, massages the other day.
Yeah.
Shit, maybe you just need a bed coming out of the podcast. People are going to be moving in, renting it out.
The workout weights over there.
The workout weights on there.
Good. Cold plunge is coming soon, I hear. This is great.
We should. Wouldn't that be amazing? We have a cold plunge and we do a cold plunge challenge at the end with our guests.
That'd be great. I like that.
Make it,
I'll win that. I'll sit there all day. Let's go.
Someone's getting there. 6 minutes? Your tops?
Ooh, 6 minutes. That's my top.
But what about the cold plunge?
Cold plunge, 6 minutes?
Just kidding. I'm teasing. I'm teasing for you ladies out there, all right?
Well, I was talking about the same thing as you.
Hey, easy. That's just round one.
I barely got that.
There you go.
No, man, but thank you so much for being here.
This was
for
great.
those watching, for those listening, we're live on my Instagram, but at the same time, this is going out to the podcast, Spotify, iTunes. I mean, if you haven't done deals with Zach, definitely, we urge you, we encourage you to have a conversation with him, bring your deals to him, any opportunity. Because at the end of the day, Zach is the real deal, man. Like, it's rare for us to see people that actually are genuine and really care about other people's well-being. Before I got the Lambo, I was talking to you about it at your house, and you're like, do you really want it? You were kind of helping me to decide and for me to tell it to myself if I really want it or not. You're like, you know what, I have this Aston Martin parked right here. Yeah, I don't even drive it that much. I mean, do you really think you're going to use it? This and that. So we have that talk before I even got it. So I know that was definitely, you're always looking for people's well-being, whatever it is that they're doing. So for, like I said, if you haven't done deals with Zach, if you haven't, worked with him on anything, he's definitely your guy for that. He's a straight shooter. He'll tell you it's not for me, it's for me. I might have somebody for you, blah, blah, blah. So he's definitely a one-stop shop for anything real estate related here in Arizona. So any closing remarks, Zach, that you want to tell anybody listening out there?
In summation, this is great, and reverting and clarify all of our conversations. Stay the course. A lot of people, you get discouraged, you have a bad day. I spoke to a big-time wholesaler the other day who called me, who I thought was killing it, and I know he was doing really well, and he's like, man, my last deal, somebody had this 52% interest that they snuck into the note, and I'm just highly discouraged. Listen, every day's a different day. It's challenges and opportunities, but that makes you stronger and you learn to progress and grow. Again, the triathlon, the marathon mentality, stay the course. You're going to learn from the fall forward, keep moving forward as long as that whole forward is in that mentality. Be grateful and appreciative of those relationships. Don't think of these as one-off opportunities. These are long-term relationships to continue to feed and grow and ensure that everybody's successful in the deal, and you're going to do just fine. So keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other. Get out of bed. Pay attention to your health. Your health is your wealth. And let's have some fun. Let's rock and roll. Muchísimas gracias por la oportunidad hoy. Muy divertido, mucho tequila. Vamos a hacer muchas chapitas. Vamos.
For those listening on one of the social media platforms, the audio platforms, podcasts, where can they find you? Like, what's the Instagram?
Yeah.
I should start with that.
Oh, there you go. Zak Ventures, ZAK Ventures, or Zachary Kepes. You can Google it, watch some of the podcasts and whatnot.
We'll put it on the description of the podcast too,
cool.
as well. So, Annette,
So cool.
anything from your side?
Y'all, I just, I definitely want to emphasize on value. Value is huge in this industry, and also the relationships, and it's been great to meet you. I know we first met at the very first Wholesale Sharks event. It was just a genuine conversation. I think you're amazing inside and out of work and stuff. So yeah, but thanks for coming to the studio.
Thank you.
I appreciate
It's
it.
great.
Awesome. Thanks again for everybody that's watching.
Thank you guys. Stay tuned.
Thank you. Vamos.